Hello members of the internet, and welcome to another computer overview. And this time I got more than one computer. Let's check out the donations I got first, and then I'll go through the main thing after. So, I got a HP keyboard, comes with it I guess. And then I get another one, compact. Another one, Lenovo. Another one, a plain jet keyboard engine, and another one, which is probably a compact again. Now I have to get myself some bread, and I get to have myself some nice keyboard sandwich for lunch, high in fiber, as well as a DVD-ROM drive, and judging by the green guides, I can safely assume it comes from a Dell system. And as well, I hope this works. It is a DVD burner with LightScribe, and well, I don't really. I have a couple of discs with LightScribe, excuse me, but I never really used it a lot. I don't know. I did it maybe once or twice. That's pretty much it in my lifetime, and it was with a which one? I think it was an LG. I don't remember really. Must be an LG. I'm pretty sure it was an LG. So anyways, let me get this stash of keyboard away, and let's get down to the main thing. Today I got you an HP Pavilion, a 1626n, and it is powered by an AMD Athlon 64 CPU. Ironically, one of my boards up there is actually the same motherboard found in this one. Except this one was dead and this one was okay. Who knew? Well, I had to do some recapping job and everything. And it was a pain in the butt, but actually turned out to be great. Now let's take a closer look to this little beast. We're greeted with a nice silver finish, including our multi-in-one card reader and one USB port right here. We have our LightScribe DVD writer and CD rewriter, which technically isn't. I guess the other one was the old one. I don't know. And in the expansion bay here that you can get another CD drive if you so desire, or an optical drive. At the bottom we have our power button with the power LED integrated to that power button, and the hard drive LED, as well as your model number at the very bottom. It was designed for Windows XP, Windows Vista capable, as much as used to be an overhype. It's an AMD 64 Live. Ooh. Over here, we got two more USB, one FireWire, and some, input-output. Ironically, this one has a line-in jack. It's not really common. And this is where your pocket bay would have been located, but this one has been replaced with a hard drive. And there's a lot of dust. I believe this is smoker's dust, so I gotta get it a nice little clean, but right now it's good enough for an overview. The side of the case is a little broken on top because the top pins were, well, pretty much missing. So I kind of have, well, it's barely holding on, but it'll have to do. And I remember this sticker. Let's take a closer look to that sticker. Can your PC do this? Burn, flip, burn. Create custom labels directly to disk with the DVD Super Multi-Drive with LightScribe technology. And there's a little cross there, so probably saying if the option's there. Yeah, can your PC do this? Well, yeah, actually my PC can do this. I think there's actually 3 of them that do LightScribe, maybe only 1 or 2. Now let's go at the specs that it used to come with. Over here we have the processor, which is an AMD Athlon 64X2 dual-core processor, 4200 plus for true multitasking. That's the biggest lie I've ever had, because unless the guy changed the CPU, I have an AMD Athlon 64 3700 plus. And that's bull. NVIDIA GeForce 6150 LE. Ooh, that's an integrated graphics. No, wait, no, that's not integrated graphics. My bad. This is Looks like it's an integrated graphics, but it's probably not for that one. Memory, 2 gigs. Ooh, I had 0 gigs when I had it. Hard drive, 200 gigs. I have a 200 gig hard drive in there, but there's more. Optical drive, super multi-DVD burner with LightScribe technology. C-box spec labels for details. a1626n, and this is your pocket thing there. Pocket bay. Yeah. Let's go at the back. At the top we have our power supply, our exhaust fan, the PS2 connectors for your mouse and keyboard, parallel, VGA, 4 USB, 1 FireWire, 1 Ethernet, your line in out, well, your basic sound card ports, microphone line in, line out, and your digital audio out. And absolutely fucking nothing over here. So I can't even... Can I? No, I can't really. No. Looks like I'm shit out of luck if I want to add one. There's only one that has a screw. This used to be a toolless thing, but where's my toolless clip? Who knows? Now let's go inside. Now you'll notice that you might notice it. There is dust over here. Look, I can't really get all PCs cleaned up, you know, all the time. But anyways, as long as it's presentable, at least it'll go well. So removing this is basically your thumb screw in the back, pull, and boom. Inside, behind the spaghetti splat, lies 1 gig of high density memory. This is an ATI Express 200, I believe. This is the chipset, so that contradicts the NVIDIA GeForce 6150. We have a high pro power supply with the 12 volt being in 19 amps, which is decent. We have our 200 gig here, and we have a 500 gig Western Caviar Black hard drive there, and they're both healthy, so that's a very, very nice plus. We have 2 serial ATA right over here, which I'm blocking with my fingers, paws, and whatever. They're here, and that's the only 2 you get. That's a connector that just came off of somewhere. Oh, okay. Cool. I guess I'll keep that for later for another video. Something very interesting. Anyways, back to the business here. We have our I/O connectors here. We have the reset CMOS and reset password jumpers, 2 IDs. Do we have a floppy connector here? Nope, don't see it. So this is legacy. Well, this is basically telling you to get off your legacy floppy drives. You can always get a USB one anyways. This is your sound header here. There's some USB, FireWire, and all this bull stuff in there at the bottom. 1 PCI Express 16 lane and 3 PCI slots. This is where the heatsink is, and I think there was once a clip to assemble this, because this is completely loose and it's held by 1 screw that the previous owner might have added. I'm not sure where the clip went. Maybe it broke, but I know for a fact that those heat sinks by Hewlett-Packard were really stiff and tough to get off. So it's not a surprise, especially when I had another one that had hot glue on it. So yeah, that's not really the whole thing. Anyways, there's nothing much extra. We have our exhaust fan, everything's fine. This is where you connect your things, everything's toolless. You have to remove the front panel in order to get this little prong lifted up, and you can push your hard drive outside. That's pretty much it. There's nothing much else to see. The capacitor here and the one over here the one down there, which you probably won't see, have been replaced. Alright, well that's enough of this chit chat. Let's get it in action. I believe I have did I install an operating system? Oh yeah, I did. There's probably OpenSUSE through 13.2 in there. Unless there's might be 13.1. I might be bleeding edge. Alright. Let me get this hooked up and I'll be right back. And off we go. Pressing F1 will take you to the setup. it's got a Phoenix Award BIOS. So basically that's what you get here. Now, there's one thing I gotta point out. When we go to power, well, basically this is where your hardware monitor would be. But here you have to go to advanced, go all the way down, and there you go. And that's awfully off. 17 degrees. 17 degrees, it's around 24 in here, so that's kind of odd. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Anyways, so that's good. Anyways, I/O device configuration. This is basically your parallel port, and that's all you get. Supervisor password. You're allowed. You can pause this video anytime you want to see more of these options. However, I'll just zoom right through it. Local bus ID adapter. You can have only the primary or the secondary IDE channel, or you can disable all of them together. The reason why you want to do this, I don't know. Onboard LAN, you want to keep that if you want to go on the internet. USB legacy mode support. If you have a USB keyboard, you can use this to go in, let's say, DOS or anything that won't see USB as that won't see USB as a proper peripheral connecting device, or as a keyboard. Anyways, if it doesn't see a keyboard and a PS2 port, then that's great for you. There you go. Serial AT adapter, you can enable or disable that. That's enabled. Onboard FireWire. PS2 mouse, you can auto detect, force enable, or force disable. So, I believe when you enable this, you can probably hot swap your mouse. However, normally, in normal circumstances, sometimes when I used to hot swap a keyboard, it would work, but most of the time it didn't. So you have to reset your system. Primary video adapter, you can get PCI Express, or onboard. I'll keep it on PCI because I got absolutely no cards in there. It's a plug-and-play operating system. This is where basically you get to see your hardware configuration. The BIOS version's from 2005. That's awkward. Maybe there is actually a port for that, but I don't see it. And the exact same model don't have it. The exact same model doesn't even have a floppy connector. That's just just to tease you. Alright, power, we get that. Do boot device priority, and just discard changes. Whoops. There we go. Normally you normally get greeted by an HP Splash logo, but I have removed it. Pressing escape will basically, this is one thing though. I have two hard drives and it's booting off the one that's not supposed to be. Pressing escape will load your boot menu. So let's go ahead and select the right hard drive. There we go. Yeah, OpenSUSE 13.2. And this is how long it took to get to the desktop. So I find that very acceptable. Now let's go to K-Info Center and see what we can get in more in details and show you, hopefully, the graphics card. Biotechnologies, AMD, yeah, it's an Express 200. Yeah. It is, yeah, it's an Express 200, that's what I thought. Non-VGA unclassified devices, OpenGL, Direct rendering is unknown. No kidding. This is one thing that actually led to Windows Vista capable a little bit down. Windows Aero with Express 200s would actually be undercutting. This is a setback for a lot of computers that use this chipset. And, well, that kind of sucked. So you had to get another video card on its own. USB devices, I got only a mouse, SCSI, who cares about that? Memory. So on 1 gig, I got, let's see here, I got 32% filled with application, disk cache 24%, disk buffer is 26 megs. Let's go in numbers. We got 930 megs total. We got 372 megs that are free. Disk cache takes 229, 26.02 for disk buffer, and 32% is used for the application, like I mentioned before. Swap memory, 1.01 gig, and it doesn't even use it. Why? But if you look here at total memory, it's 28% to 71% being free. However, that I have yet to argue because it uses also the swap as memory as well. If I go to system monitor though, it'll show me something different. 304 megs out of 930.6, and the CPU for some reasons racked all the way up high there. It says 100% and this is what I get. That's Linux for you. KDE 4 OpenSUSE, that's OpenSUSE. I don't know why it shows 100% constantly when that graph actually doesn't even go up to 100. 18, 8, 15, 20, 17, 18, 11, yeah. There's nothing much in there. Like I've mentioned before, I haven't really installed anything. There's nothing really interesting to it. It's your vanilla distribution of OpenSUSE 13.2, and I modified it. Anyways, I'll just wrap things up here. There's nothing much to show. I'll just show basically the real time it takes to turn it off as well. And that's how long it took. Pretty fast. Alright, let's wrap things up. So there you have it. That's the HP Pavilion a1626n. And it's a very good system despite its onboard graphics. So if you throw in a 6600 GT for that time, or maybe even a GTX whatever you want, with a better power supply I hope, then yeah, just get yourself a dual core CPU and this system could actually, I can see that in use every day from day to day basis. I'm not sure if it'll install Windows 10 or the Windows Technical Preview. I know the socket 754 64-bit CPUs won't. It sucks. But I know all the Linux distributions will, and they're great for internet machines, great for, well, not really hardcore gaming, unless you want to play a card game, then that's fine. You can also do Office, internet, like I've mentioned again, music, you know, a regular computer. A lot of people use Facebook nowadays, and yeah, I don't know. You can use that for that too, I guess. So anyways, if you got any questions, comments, anything I've overlooked or not looked at, or underlooked, or if you know where the floppy connector is supposed to be on that board, because I really don't see it, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Until next time, take care. Well, there's this spare board I have, and I found the floppy connector. It's right behind the ATX connector. No wonder why I didn't see it behind that spaghetti splat. So there is a floppy connector after all.